Okay. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Um, let's see. I am with my in-laws right now, but I was like, I still have to work because you guys, like, this business doesn't stop just because you're traveling. So just putting that out there and letting you all know that when you take off on vacation, you figure out how to make the business work with you. So here we are, Friday night launch call. For those of you who don't know me personally yet, my name's Siobhan Brown. I have been at Q since the end of March. I ranked to bronze at the end of May. Well, and they took a little step backwards, which is fine. It's fine. It happens for everyone. But the thing that I did do is I kept moving forward. And I actually jumped on a couple other launch calls in between that time and now, because these are just good for you to be on all the time, period. They like just reset and restart you. So when things get funky in your business and in your life and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore, come back to a launch call. This is where it all starts. This is where it originates. This is where you get that fire again to be able to go and do it and run and make it happen. So I am going to share my screen.
And it's like, this is cool. Like, we're all doing this on a Friday night, like get to hang out with our friends virtually. One day we'll do this in person, but this is a party to me, guys. I just smashed some pizza, some cookies, ready to learn.
I almost came with a cocktail, but I'm like, no, it's too early for that. It's only 4 here. So I gotta wait a little bit for that one. Okay, so I have been trying to figure out. So I've been on oh my gosh, I don't even know how many launch calls, a lot of launch calls, and they're all different and they all bring a little bit of something new. And so I'm kind of switching things up from the last time I did one of these. And so hopefully you gain something new from this, or you just get, I don't know, you just feel a little bit more comfortable starting the business. Because if you're new, and put it, because our team has grown, you guys. I'm like, there's so many new people and so many new faces. I don't know who's new and who's not. So can you put in the chat, raise your hand if you're new, like you started this month. Like, how do I see the chat? There we go. Anyone? No one? No one started this month? Oh, wait, there we go. Okay. So, oh my gosh, me. That's what my notifications look like, you guys, on my phone when you join. I get notifications that are like new ambassador, new preferred customer, new everything, and it's exciting and super amazing. So that's also why we're doing this call tonight. But if you're like me when you were new, you may be a little bit nervous, a little bit scared, very excited, but at the same time thinking, oh my God, what did I just get myself into? Especially if you've never done something like this before. Even if you have done something like this before, this is different. So all those thoughts may still be there. And that's totally acceptable, totally okay. If you weren't feeling that way, I would be a little bit concerned, because this is a big thing you guys have just agreed to partner with us on. And as your sponsors, so whether it's myself or Chandler or anybody else who has people on this call right now that they have brought on, we are here as your sponsor to help you succeed. Our job is to help you always have what you need to move forward in your business. So first and foremost, I know for me, it's, I want to make sure everyone is okay. So it's, how are you doing? How are you feeling? What's happening? So tell me in the chat again, Mike, what is one good thing that happened to you today? Oops, I didn't do that. So for me, we went to the M&M factory and I got some dark chocolate M&Ms. That's my thing that happened. That was good for me today. What about everyone else? Made it through the work week. Yep. Had a great workout this morning at my parents and seeing my nieces and nephews. Yes. I love all this. 8 tacos. Love that. Oh, Friday nights are pizza for us here. So that's getting made tonight. But so we, as a team, we always just want to be checking in, like what's good with you, what's happening, what's going on. So as we launch our business, there's a couple things that are super important and will help you be successful. So if you need to write these things down, write them down. They are having work ethic, which is like having integrity for me. Do what you say you're going to do. Be who you want. Be who you want your future ambassador to be like. Be that person who shows up, who says they're going to do what they're going to do, and they back it up with their actions. Because you can talk and talk and talk all you want, but if you don't do in this business, nothing happens. And then desire and commitment. Well, you guys obviously have that because you're committed. It's for most of you, it's Friday night and you're here for this call. So that's amazing. The desire, you signed up, we all have that. And the most important thing really on here is to be coachable. Like when I started, I was like, I know how to do this. I've done this before. Like I was just doing my thing. And that didn't go very well for the first couple of days because I actually didn't know what I was doing for this business. And the great thing with this business is we have people like Jake Spencer was brought on as a consultant and now he's a president and part owner because he knows how to do this stuff and he has created systems and put systems in place that work. So as long as you can be coachable and toss your ego to the side for a minute and be like, I'm just going to dive in and learn and just have them pour into me. I'm going to take it all in. I'm going to soak it and I'm going to do it. I promise you guys, you will be successful. You will duplicate the system. Your ambassadors will duplicate your system. You will get your customers. It will all fall into place as long as you're willing to listen. And so with that said, and Chandler, this one's new. I found this and I adopted it for us. But this launch document I really liked because of a few reasons, but I have to move this. Okay. So I'm going to put this in our Q Empire Facebook group. I'm going to delete the one that I posted earlier today and replace it with this one because this has a lot more information on it. And some of the things that are important for you as a new ambassador, like the housekeeping rules are in this top section up here. Like what's your ambassador ID? You need that when you talk to support. What's your username? You need that because that is your website link. Like mine is siobhan.myqsciences.com. You guys should all know what yours are. You should be able to rattle it off when you're in the line at the grocery store, while you're at the gym, wherever you're at, you should be able to, you should know what it is. And then your start date. This is super important because your start date tells you when your bonuses will expire. So if your start date was July 1st, your bonus time frame expires August. Is it 31 days in August? I can't remember. At the end of August, right? So you have the full month of July and then the full month of August to make that happen. If you started at the end of last month, that means you have this month, which means you also have the Olympic cash. So you guys, let's do this. Like we're already winning as a team. It's already happening. You're seeing that you can get that Olympic cash. So let's see how many people we can get paid extra this month. So you're going to want to know that. So write down your start date and then write down your bonus expiration date. Put that on a sticky note somewhere in your house. That is going to help you when it comes to your why in knowing that you're committed to do this. The advisory council members and equity council members, I'll get you those information, but what you really need to know is who your silver leader is, and that's Jackie Dukes for now, but it's going to be Chandler here real soon, you guys. So yay, we're our very own. So exciting. And then on here on this side, complete your welcome modules that come in the email from Q. This is just housekeeping stuff that we'll go over and I'll send in addition. So that's the housekeeping stuff. But what's super, super important on here is this right here. So you have decided that, can you see my cursor when I do this, or can I only see that? Okay. So when you signed up as an ambassador, you committed to becoming your own boss. You committed to buying into their business. You committed to being an entrepreneur. This is not just, you can treat it like a hobby if you want, but I'm pretty sure all of us are in here to run this business. And if you are, that's amazing because we're going to help you do it. But having an order placed of 100 PV every month and your auto ship set at 100 PV every month, and this could be one and the same until you start making gangster money, and then you can place an order on top of everything else. But we don't want you to go poor. You don't go product broke at the beginning of this. That is the last thing we want you to do. All you need to do is get your auto ship set for between the 1st and the 5th, if you can. And the reason why that's important is because we have weekly pay, you guys. So I had my auto ship run on the 2nd. I don't know why I picked the 2nd, but I did. And when everything else ran for me, I got paid last week, right? Or I'll get paid. Wait, what? I don't even, what date are we in? What's the calendar? What's the count? I have to look. Okay. I will get paid for last week, right? Yes. Okay. I need to check my paychecks. But anyways, I should have a thing. I should have a paycheck because of last week. At the end of the week, I had already ranked to executive, I think. So make sure you have that in. That is something that I actually had to, because I joined at the end of the month. So you guys, if you can't afford it, don't do it. If you can't afford it, keep it at a date where you can afford it and then move it slowly back as you can. That's what I had to do. I joined on March 26th. I could not do a 100 PV order on March 26th and then do another 100 PV order that following week. I just did not have the money for it. I couldn't do it. So I slowly worked and moved my auto ship. So don't feel the pressure for that, but know that that auto ship is important. And now the meat of this is your why. So I'm going to skip over here. So your why. What is your why? Your why is what is going to keep you grounded in this business. I like to use the analogy of like a balloon, and a balloon has a string and you're the string, and the string is what's going to keep you grounded, right? That's, you hold on to that string that keeps your balloon with you. If you let that go, right, it's gone. Your why has to be something that's going to stick with you and always light a fire. It's always going to be like, I'm having a tough day. All right. I don't want to do this. I don't want to create a reel. I don't want to do a post. I just need a break. But your why is what's going to keep you and bring you back to why you're in this business. And it's going to help give you the motivation to move forward, which is why your why has to be more than money. And you might be wondering, but I came in here because, you know, I need to make some money. And that's great. We all need to make some money. It's part of my why, but it's not my whole why, because if it was, I'd be like, whatever, my husband makes money. Like, I don't, right? Money, it's, yeah, it can't be the driving motivator. So how many people do we have on this call? I don't know that we're going to be able to go through. I usually like to ask you, like, what's your why? If you know what your why is, put it in the chat. I'm going to put mine in the chat too. The more we talk about our why, the more we put it out into the universe, the more people that we tell, the more places we have it written on Post-it notes in our house, the more energy we're giving it, and the more we're going to attract it, right? So you always want to talk it, speak it, put it out into the open, and let everybody know. So for me, this is really annoying, you guys. It's way too sensitive. So like Chandler, become debt-free, retire her mom, start her own. I didn't know that about you till yesterday, and that was really cool. Start her own apparel line, buy a home and travel. Like, take financial stress off your husband, put a down payment on a home a home for him to flip, like travel money, transition out of teaching, like helping others. All these are amazing. Like for me, mine is, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I've been a stay-at-home mom for 5 years. I love being a stay-at-home mom, but I'm also needing something for myself, but I'm not going back to my corporate job. It's just not happening. It was too stressful for me. So for me, it's, this job gives me a purpose and it gives me something outside of my family. I love them very much, but I needed something for me. So when I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't know if I could do this right now, I just think to myself, are you really going to let yourself down, Siobhan? Like, no, you're not. You're going to be here for yourself. You're going to do the things that you need to do, because knowing this business is more personal development than anything else. And as soon as you can kind of wrap your mind around that too, it will all flow. Really, it'll just flow for you. Things will move forward. Financial freedom, gaining more confidence. I have to just talk about this real quick about Corinne. Girl, I've known you for a while now, and I will tell you that from knowing you when I first met you to now, your confidence has freaking blown through the roof. And I swear a lot of that is a testament to your commitment to this job, like to this team, to like showing up every day. And so just really with your why, just show up every day and do the things. All right. So that's your why. Complete the, we don't have a why worksheet, but we're going to. So these whys, remember that they're always going to change too. The business ebbs and flows, and you just kind of have to go with it when your life changes too. So those are that's the beginning part of getting launched. Now comes like the actual work. Like once you've gotten yourself straight with why you're here, you'll be able to show up like that person and you will attract that person into your business. Now, to be successful, all you need here is 2 people. And that is so amazing. I will tell you something. I was on a call with a girl who is, I think she is an Emerald ambassador. She showed a screenshot of her checker, her black square. She only had 5 personally sponsored ambassadors, and her QOV, her qualifying organizational volume, was $52,000, and it was, or 1,000 OV, and it was only like 12 days into the month. So you don't have to have a lot of ambassadors. You have to have the ambassadors who are going to run with you, who are going to catch the vision, link arms, and go. If you can find 2 of those, you're golden, right? So that's why it's important to get straight with your why and to know who your ideal business partner is. Now, when you're enrolling your business partners from the beginning, it's also important to think about who in your family, friends, your circle, in your network do you know that would totally benefit from this? So we always want to, like, someone was talking the other day, I don't remember what call I was on, but we want you to get the quick win. And sometimes that quick win is with your family, friends, and your very close circle, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your high school best friend, your college roommate, you know, your hairdresser, if you're really close with them. Like, it could be someone that's close to you, because they're more likely to either join you in business or be a customer. And once you get that first order or that first ambassador, that's when that snowball sitting at the top of the hill, it's like this big, right? That's when it starts to tip down the mountain and starts to roll, and it gets bigger. What happens? It gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And all of a sudden you've got this huge momentum and you're running with your business. So think about who these 2 people are, write their names down. Those are going to be the 2 people you want to reach out to first. So that's as far as business partners goes. And then unlocking the fast start bonus. So as a sponsor to someone in this business, it is our responsibility to make sure that we do all we can to get our people to hit that fast start bonus. And it's even more important right now because of Olympic Cash. So if you just joined, we want you to hit executive, because you don't just get $750, you get $1,005. Like, that's huge. For me, that was that's like an extra summer camp week for my son. I'm like, I need you to go and do that so mommy can work here, right? It helps. It's a lot of money. It can help. It's a car payment. Like, it's so many things. So we want to help you do that. So just know that we are here as your sponsors to help you. And we're here as a team to help you. So your sideline sisters, if I'm not your sponsor, you can totally come to me. Like, I'm on the West Coast, so if it's after hours for Chandler, message me. Usually I'm awake and I can help. And then here is just seeing the potential, right? Like, with Elite, you get $750. And then the Financial Freedom Movement, they start to pay off your debt, right? That's where that's the sweet spot of this business, is the financial health that they bring you, and you unlock the potential for that right here. So that's really cool. Okay, and then we're going to get to this piece of it. So your Fab Five, we are all growing in this business so fast. But one thing that I would love to be able to do for you, Chandler, also, both of us, whether it's her or me, is set up a Fab Five call for you. And what that means is you get your top, and we say 5, but it could be as many people as you can get. It's basically all the people who you would love to hear about this opportunity, who would be willing to come. Not the person who you randomly follow on Instagram, not the person who you don't have a personal relationship with, somebody who you can physically call them and say, hey, I'm doing something really amazing. I'm so excited about it. I'm so new. And I would love if I could get your support. And if you would just come and listen to what I'm doing. That's it. Just listen, no strings attached. Just come and listen. And we will get a call set up for you guys. And it'll be your own personal opportunity call, basically. And that is something that we would love to start to be able to do for everyone. If we have to combine a couple, you can partner up with someone and do it if you'd like to on the team, but let's start to do that. So think about your Fab Five. Who would that be? Somebody told me, like, who could you sell dirt to? We all have that person in our life who'll be like, I've got a friend. Every time I find something new, I'm like, you have to check this out. And she's like, done. I trust you. Like, I will buy your dirt, whatever it is. And that's who you want to come to these calls. So that's your list. Your list is also something that you will continue to add to create. You can decide how you want to manage this. I think we'll get into some tips and tricks about how to later, but like for me, I literally have a list in my kitchen and I keep adding to it because I'll be stirring the green beans and think, I need to add this person. So I'm always in the kitchen, and that's like where I remember, or I'll tell my husband and he'll text it to me so that I can remember it for later, like whatever it is. But your list is important. Don't think you can manage this business without a list, you guys. This is like, I see you all here. You need a list. You need a list. It is very important. You have to track who you're talking to. You need to track who you want to talk to. And you also, what would be exponentially more helpful on your list is thinking about who is your ideal business partner. What are the characteristics that they have? Is it you? Do you want another one of yourself? That's fine. I would love another one of me on my team. But I have to ask myself, am I showing up as the person I want every day? Like, you've got to be clear as to what those characteristics are. Like, I want someone who is a self-starter, who is committed to family, who is willing to do anything and everything that they can to be successful. Like, those are just a couple of the things. Like, and then I think, who do I know in my life that meets those? And I write them down. Right. And if I don't know somebody, I still write down the characteristics because I'm putting it out in the universe. Law of attraction is a thing, you guys. Like, it really, really is. So keep putting it out there. Every night I go to bed and I say, God, bring me my ideal business partner tomorrow. If it's not tomorrow, make it the next day, but just show me who that person is and make it clear. This is who I'm looking for, and this is why I want them, and make it clear. And people show up, and they aren't even the people you think are going to show up, but they do. I just got all goosebumps for that because it's so crazy, but it works. All right. Now the system. So this system is super important to learn and to understand because it works. So you're all here. We're launching you today. We're saying, hey, you said yes, you're into this. Let's do it. Let's tell you a little bit about the business and things you can do to help yourself be successful. One of those is peak posting and inviting. So at Q, and I don't know if you've been with other companies or if you've seen other companies, but who do this, we don't lead with the product, we lead with a business opportunity. If you want to build a business, you will lead with a business opportunity and sprinkle in the products, because customers are great. But if you want to grow this business, then again, you need to lead with the business opportunity. And Chandler does a really good job of helping us get ideas as to how to do that. Like the story she posts, where it's just a couple words about explaining why she's here, what brought her here, why it's different, why we want you to do this. Like, those are all piquing people's interest. We're not telling them the company, and not because we don't want to, but we don't want Google to tell them about the company. We want you to tell them about the company. And so that's attraction marketing. They'll come and they'll be like, hey, what are you doing? You keep posting about something. Like, what is it? Like, now I have to know because you keep talking about it and I'm having major FOMO. So peak post all the time, not just when you first start the business. Your peak post when you start the business is like your coming out post. It's, I just did something pretty cool. You guys are going to think it's crazy, and that's fine, or whatever it is. And talk about your why and why you're doing it and how excited you are and how it's a ground floor hemp and wellness company, how it's how the timing is phenomenal, the products are great. Like, just talk about all the things, and they'll reply. And trust me, if they don't reply, they're watching you. Like, they're watching you.
I have something to add to that, if you're okay with that.
Yep.
I think too, for the peak post, like, even I have a couple things to say. A lot of you are still waiting on product to come. Don't be afraid to share about what you're getting into And don't feel scammy or like you're adding any pressure, because you're not. Just share with your following, like, I'm doing something that I'm scared about. It's a risk, but I'm also very excited. Half of me is scared, half of me is excited. This is what I've gotten into. I would love to talk to you about it if you want to learn more about it. If not, that's cool too. But I think we were talking about this morning on one of the goal setting calls. We lose that empathy for people on the other side when we don't remember how we felt when we said yes. Like when we said yes, we were like super skeptical. We were like, like, what am I doing? Like, I've heard of network marketing, pyramid scheme. Like, nope, not for me, but I'm doing it anyway. Don't lose that empathy for that feeling. Just remember that other people are feeling that too. So when you're talking to someone, I'm not telling you to say to them that you understand their feelings and say, yeah, you're right, you should feel that way. I'm not saying that. Don't confirm that those feelings are correct, but just have empathy and know where they're coming from. And then I wanted to say something about mentioning Q Sciences in your posts. You will never find us meaning Siobhan and myself. I never use the word Q Sciences in my post, and it's not because I'm ashamed of Q Sciences. They can find out that I'm with Q Sciences very easily. I'm not hiding it. They can go to Google, they can find it, they can see. I've had girls message me today and say, I've actually already looked up the company before I talked to you. Here's the thing. They're joining you. Mm-hmm. They're not joining you. They're joining because they want to be part of what you have, and they trust you, and they want to be doing what you're doing. So show up as you. That's the only reason you don't share Q Sciences, because I'm just going to be completely honest. Q Sciences might change for you. You might leave and go to another company. So don't tag yourself to Q Sciences. Tag yourself to your brand and what you stand for, because people are going to join that.
Yep.
So that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, no, you nailed it for sure. It's people join you, and that is a mistake I know I made in prior companies. I wanted them to look what I'm doing, look at this company, look at all these products, it's so great, like come, and they're like, that's yucky and scammy and gross. But that was the culture at those companies, and it didn't work. And just one more side note on the products. So my dirty little secret with this company is that I did not try a single product until like 3 weeks ago. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. I don't know, but I started March 26th. So I got to bronze without trying a product. So if you're worried or scared about that, like, don't be. The product.
But you ordered them.
What?
You ordered them because you had to.
I ordered them. Yeah. You guys, I had so much product. My reason for not trying the product though was medical reasons. I was trying to figure out my thyroid. Long story short, finally got all that settled, but I was able to lead with the business, and people trusted me because we had that relationship. So the products speak for themselves, you guys. We have an 87% retention rate with products. Like, that's phenomenal and so unheard of in this line of business. So don't be scared about that. The products will work. There is something for everyone, from your grandma to your dog. Like, we got you covered. So don't be scared about that. But now that I'm trying the products, you guys, I love them all. So it is great. I just want to talk one more thing about peak posting here. So with peak posting, it's a whisper, not a yell, right? People will lean in when like someone whispers. Don't you tend to be like, what was that? Like, one more time? I heard Cameron talk about this. Cameron Alexis, she's fabulous at doing this. And she's like, you want to whisper. You want people to lean in. You want to show your face. You want to share and be vulnerable. People will connect with you that way. And it's really awkward sometimes, and that's fine. It's still awkward for me. I did that reel today in a towel, you guys. Like, that was so awkward, but I'm like, I'm going to do it. Like, I'm going to do it. And I loved it, and it worked, and it was great. Right. And then you're constantly peaking. So talk about the products if you want, but put it in your stories. Like, you're taking your greens, show it in your stories, right? It's good. And this quote down here is what Brittany Hitch used for her peak post. It was, normalize changing your opinion when presented with new information. That's really it. We just want people to be open-minded. And if you go into it with an open mind, that will follow for others. So that's your peak post. And then you'll get people who are going to be like, I'm interested. Tell me more. Right. And then we want to expose them, and exposing them is either inviting them to an ops call, an opportunity call, or it's talking with them one-on-one. If maybe they can't, it's sending them a recording. It's whatever vehicle you need to use to get them to learn about the business. That's exposing them. And then they might sign up. Great. If they don't, we keep moving down in the process. If they seemed interested, you're going to want to connect them with your sponsor or anybody else on your organization or your team that you trust to kind of be your third party validation, because your friends are going to be like, yeah, you're going to tell me whatever because you're my friend. But if you bring in somebody who's like, you're like, hey, I want to introduce you to Chandler. She's amazing. She's been doing this for longer than I have, and she'll be able to answer any of the questions you have. And then they're hearing it from her, and it's a lot different. And I'll tell you this works. I've helped team members close ambassadors this way on a 3-way call. We've like signed them up while we were all talking together. So it works. So don't be scared of it. Don't be nervous about it. It doesn't mean that you don't know what you're doing. It means that you're buying into this process and you're working it. And then sometimes people, they still need more information, and that's fine. Send it to them. PDFs, we've got them in the back office. Maybe they want to see the comp plan again, whatever it is, but eventually we'll get them enrolled either as a preferred customer or a ambassador. And I'm going to share with you guys a qualification checklist later about signing people up. So, okay. And then last but not least, because I want to be done here in a few minutes for you guys, you want to have a grand opening. So this is your business, right? Think of it as a business. If you had a brick and mortar store, would you just unlock your door one day and hope that people came? Or would you have a grand opening? Would you make a big deal about it? Would you send out flyers? Would you advertise about it? Would you talk about it? Yes, you would. So it's the same with this one. And now that we're able to people are gathering, and again, you can do these at your house. You could have Chandler or I come in on a Zoom. You could Zoom us in to your house, to your party that you're having, and we can talk about the business while all of your friends are there. So it's like it'd be like basically an in-person opportunity call with us coming in on the computer. So think about dates and start to do that. That's very, very important. You're going to want to have one of these set up within the first week of you signing up. If that week has passed for some of you already, it's not too late. Set it for next week. And then last but not least, the financial freedom movement. You guys, if you have not already, you need to send an email tonight. I'm not even lying, tonight, to ffm@qsciences.com. You get a financial coach the moment you sign up. Don't wait 2 months like I did. Do it right away. They are amazing. I've already had 2 meetings. I think Chandler's had 2. Maybe you're on your 3rd. They will help you. They're professional, legit financial advisors. So make sure that you do that. Schedule your first meeting. Like I said, your first opportunity call, your Fab 5. And then, yeah, I think that's all I had on here. Oh, here, this one. Accountability is the glue that ties commitments to results. Be accountable. Hold yourself accountable. Hold your team accountable. Hold your sponsors accountable. Because once we're all in this together, and we're all committed to doing this together. And if we do, we will all see the results that we want. So that's all I have for you guys today. Yay. Welcome to the team. We're so excited that you're here. I'm going to stop recording though. If I can get this thing to move out of my way. OMG. Why does it always do this? I can't see the thing. There it is. Stop sharing.